back to my channel. Today I have another Valentine's look for you guys. This is more of like a dramatic chocolatey look. I felt very chocolatey. I was so into the brown lips. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I get this look, then just keep watching.
So clearly I was feeling myself this day, but to start off this video I'm just going to clip my hair back with some little hair clips. And to be honest, when I did this look I didn't really know exactly what I was doing. I kind of just sat down and came up with what I came up with, and those are the looks that I find always come out the best when I don't plan them, so yeah. And to start today, I'm going to start with my eyes, and to prime, I'm actually going to use my Tarte Shapetape concealer just because it's such a good concealer and it's really full coverage and it just provides a really good base, I've found, especially on my eyelids. So I'm just going to dab a little on and blend it out with my finger. And to start, I'm going into the Morphe 350 with that nude shade and a really large fluffy blending brush, and I'm just setting my concealer with that so the rest of the shades have a base to work on. You know. Now I'm just going into this Makeup Forever Artist Shadow in M536 with a smaller blending brush from Morphe and putting this down as my transition shade. Now going into my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, I'm going into Salted Caramel and Milk Chocolate, mixing them together with that same blending brush and working that into the outer V. And once my brush has little to no product on it, I will bring it up into the crease and inward a little bit. And you know I like to work with a little product at a time, so you will see me go back and forth with these two shades for a little bit here. Now going into just Salted Caramel, I'm going to work that into more of just the crease area and bringing that more inwards. Can I say more one more time? And bring that inwards and using circular motion so we don't have any harsh lines. And my light died. But with these two shades right here, or this particular shade, I like to just go back and forth with windshield wiper motions just to get the product on, and then go back and forth with circular motions to blend everything together, and so we don't have any harsh lines. You know. Now going back to the Morphe 350, dipping into that chocolatey shade with the same blending brush we've been using and focusing this more on the outer V of the eye and keeping it pretty low, and then once my brush has almost no product on it, I'll bring it up further into the crease and inwards a little. And also, wherever you place your brush first is where you're going to put the most product down, so just keep that in mind. And again, just repeating the same step over again until I build up the intensity to it, what I would like it to be. And then I'm just going to switch over to a smaller pencil brush with the same shade, pretty much just darkening up the outer part of that shadow we just put down, and then creating pretty much a really soft, subtle cut crease with the same chocolatey shade, and then using circular motions to diffuse it a little more so it's not as harsh. Going back into the chocolate bar palette, I'm picking up Triple Fudge with the same pencil brush we just used and focusing this on the very outer V of my eye and keeping this pretty low and using circular motions only just to blend everything together and make sure we don't have any harsh lines. And then once my brush has almost no product on it, I will bring it up into the crease and then pretty much almost all the way into my inner corner, and using circular motions, windshield wiper motions, just to blend everything out, you know. Now with a flat shader brush, I'm going into the shades Hot Chocolate and Creme Brulee from the Chocolate Bar palette and pressing this on to the inner part of my lid. I'm not using swiping motions, I'm mainly using patting motions just to pack the product on. And now I'm just going to pick up the shade Creme Brulee and wet my brush a little and then put this down on the center of my lid just to give it a little more of a pop. And wetting your brush, it only makes the shade more intense. Now going back into milk chocolate and salted caramel, I'm just going to go back over my crease and blend everything together and kind of give my crease a little bit more warmth, because with working with matte shades and shimmer shades you can kind of lose your transition shades, so I just like to go over them one more time. Now I'm just using a black charcoal liner to tightline. I don't normally tightline, as you can tell, it's like not my favorite thing ever. But with this look, I was putting on a really thick lash and really thick wing liner, so with that I kind of feel like I need to tightline, otherwise my eyes look kind of funny. But again, it's like my least favorite thing to do. And for wing liner today, I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner, and I'm putting on a pretty thick and long wing. You don't have to do wing liner, but I just felt I needed to because my lashes were so thick, and I just really wanted to put on a thick wing, you know? And for lashes today, I'm using the Eyelure Nicole Guerriero 143s, and I am obsessed with these, you guys. They're so freaking beautiful. They're just so thick and full and luscious. I just love them so much. And moving on to the face, I'm just going to prime with my Too Faced HangoveRx Coconut Primer. It's my favorite. And for foundation, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way and mixing it with the Hourglass number 28 Serum Primer to make a little concoction. I'm just going to mix that on the back of my hand and then dot it all over my face. And as always, going to blend it in with my favorite foundation brush. I haven't used it in a while, but it's my favorite foundation brush ever, the Morphe M439. It just does such a good job of buffing everything in and making your skin look flawless. And for concealer, I'm using my Tarte Shapetape and doing as always. You guys know how I like to conceal. And as always, setting my concealer with the e.l.f. HD Under Eye Setting Powder. Seriously, the best setting powder from the drugstore. And when you set your concealer, always make sure to use a light pressure so you don't get those little dots under your eyes. You feel? And to set my entire face, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me in 220. Going back to my chocolate bar palette, picking up milk chocolate with that same pencil brush, I'm just going to run that under my lower lash line. Picking up that shade Triple Fudge with the same pencil brush, I'm just going to run this under my lower lash line, but keeping it pretty tight and on the outer part of my lower lash line and not bringing it inwards. Kind of diffusing it and bringing it down a little more than inward. And then you can just go ahead and coat your bottom lashes with some mascara. I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black, and I have to get so close to the mirror. Now I'm just going to do my brows off camera really quickly. You guys have seen me do them enough. And for contour, I'm using this janky ass Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, I think it's a Chocolate Soleil bronzer with this flat contour brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to contour with this in the normal spots I would, so the hollows of my cheeks, a little bit on my temples and my jawline. And I am just going to bring some of this on the sides of my nose just to bring a little more warmth and depth into the middle of the face. And to bronze up the skin, I'm picking up this Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer and hitting all the spots the sun would naturally hit my face. So my temples, the top of my forehead, the very tops of my cheeks, and along my jawline as well. And for blush, I'm picking up the Benefit Dallas Box Powder and dusting that on the apples of my cheeks and bringing it backwards towards my temples. And to clean up my contour, I'm just going to pick up the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder with a flat contour brush from Morphe and just clean up my contour. To highlight the brow bone and inner corner, I'm just picking up the shade Moonstone in Summer from the Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit, and I'm going to use those same two highlights on my face as well. So the tops of my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and my cupid's bow, just so it gives the look like a tied together finish. Once you have your glow on, you can just take a stippling brush and dust away that translucent powder. And I like to take my stippling brush and kind of buff everything together on my cheeks as well. And moving on to lips, I'm just going to line them with Urban Decay 1993. And for the lip color today, I'm using the Dose of Colors Chocolate Wasted Liquid Lipstick. I'm obsessed with it. It's just so pretty and chocolatey and rich, and it gives me so many vibes. But yeah, once you have your lip on, that completes this look. You can just take your little hair clips out, let your hair down, and then hit your face with some setting spray. And yeah, that completes this look. I actually really enjoyed how this makeup look turned out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!
Take it slow.